Alright, what's up? So, you're thinking of buying Escape from Tarkov. I think that's a good choice, and yeah, I'm gonna run through some reason so why you might not want to do it. I personally want you to buy the game, but it's not for everyone, and we're quickly gonna run through why real quick, okay? So, first of all, this is your stash. I would recommend anybody who want to buy this game for the first time to buy the cheapest edition. But that's gonna mean that your stash is not gonna be as big as this. You can upgrade it. You can also upgrade your game edition in the future if you like the game. This here, your secure container, whatever you have in here, you won't lose upon death. If you buy the cheapest edition, I believe you get 4 slots. You get 4 of these slots, right? This here is EOD, Edge of Darkness can't buy this edition anymore. It's considered a pay-to-win edition. You get this big secure container. You get a stash expansion, and you get reputation levels with the traders. Now, none of this should really matter for you right now. You want to figure out that if this game is for you. When someone talks about pay-to-win in Tarkov, they are referring to what I just showed you. The secure container, the extra stash space, and the trader reputation levels, okay? Put that in your back of the mind. Don't let this scary looking stash scare you. You will learn this fairly easily. But to show you the biggest the biggest sticking point or the biggest bouncing off point for a new player, I will go into an offline raid here. Offline raids means that whatever you bring in, you won't lose, and whatever you find in the raid doesn't matter, you know. It's just a quick way of learning the maps, if that's what you want. While this loads in, I have opened up a screen of the map. So, as a new player, or not necessarily, not even as a new player, but there is no in-game map in this game. That is important to note. There is no in-game map. You will have to have a second monitor or your phone, and you need to have a map open over there so you can navigate. You will learn these maps by hand. This here is customs. It's, in my opinion, one of the easier maps to learn, but one of the harder maps to survive. That's due to the fact that, as you can see here, it has a central path through, and then there has 2 sides, right? This here is the main PvP hotspot. This is where the best loot is and where most of the players will congregate to. Now, let's get back in the game here real quick. So, when you first start up raid, you're just gonna spawn in somewhere. You're not gonna know where you are, where you need to go. You press double O to find out your extracts, CBO13 in my case. Now, if I go back to the map here, I know that CBO13 is this little box here. So I know I have to make it from somewhere all the way over there. And where is that somewhere? Well, the first thing as a new player you're gonna have to find out and do is find out where you are. Okay, so now I know exactly where I am. So I'll show you on the map. It's gonna be harder for me to pinpoint this location on the map than it is for me to know where I am, because I know this map like the back of my hand. We are here. We spawned in this building here, somewhere over here. The hut I looked was right here. We just killed a scav over there. So I know I have to make it from here to here. What? Is that really my spawn? Wait, let's go back into the game. 00 CBO13. Wow, okay. That's a pretty close spawn to my extract, but yeah. But as a new player, you would always struggle. You will come out here, you would look like, what the fuck? Where am I? Well, you can see there's a gas station in the distance. Okay, you have a building here, building there, some cranes. So go back to relative safety, open up the map again, and there are probably better 3D maps. There are 3D maps. Let's see here if he has a custom map. He does. Let's go here. Okay, Remer's maps are my favorite, especially as a new player. So, as you can see here, oh, there's a gas station over here. There's a building over there. A building over there. That must mean we are here. I'm so sorry for the coughing. But looking at this, where is the hut? Is that over there? Yeah. This map was actually kind of harder because you can see that little hut. There's a quest objective in there, so I'm very familiar with the area. This here, CBO 11. Ah, okay though. Okay, I'm actually wrong. That wasn't my extract, you see? That would have been a bit weird if my extract was there. Double click O again, find out. Okay, Crossroads, that makes a lot more sense to me. Crossroads is over here. We're gonna make it from here to here. Okay, someone is coming in the game. It's a scav. Now, audio cues are very important in Tarkov. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So again, as a new player, that's what you're gonna have to do. Constantly, you're gonna have to wait. Where am I? How do I get to where I'm going? Reamer maps, they're very good for that because they are 3D. It's very easy to find out where you are. We could see the gas station over there. There is a secondary gas station. Oops. Hello. Over here. But we know that that's not what we were looking at because there's not the other buildings around. We could see one building here, one over here, meaning that a new gas station. So we knew that we were here. Now we know that we have to go to Crossroads. As a new player, you're gonna have to figure out, okay, how do I get there? And that's the biggest issue with Tarkov for a new player. Because in a real raid, there's gonna be players everywhere. There's gonna be players hiding in bushes. There's gonna be players hunting other players. There's gonna be scavs like there are here a bit everywhere who's gonna give out your position when they shoot at you and you shoot at them. Wow. Okay, I can't hit them. Lol. Okay, I really hate this gun. Now, all these gunshots, if this has been a live raid, would tell all the other players where I am. And if someone has a quest to kill other players, they would come looking for me. Which means as a new player, you're kind of fucked, right? This here was the old gas station we looked at the map. Now, I'm not gonna run through this entire map here because this isn't a map walkthrough. This is if you're supposed to buy the game or not. But my point in spawning into a offline raid like this is to show you that that's an option of learning the maps. And what you have to do as new players, you have to find out where you are constantly. So I made it here now, okay? We know that this is a gas station as well. So I can prone here. I can open up the map again. I still get audio cues from the game, so I know if someone is approaching or not. Then as a new player, you would have to find out, okay, where am I? Where did I go? Well, we know that we spawned here, right? So we went somewhere under a bridge with railways above us and containers. So we can see that, oh, we probably went here, right? Oh, yep, old gas station. That means that we must be over here somewhere. Then we can plan our next steps. Okay, so I need to go from over here to all the way over there. That means we can go back in the game and we kind of saw that the way out of this little area here, this gate, our extract, is essentially all the way over there. So we kind of know we need to head in this direction. So, yeah, we have to move past this train. I'm just showing you some basic map navigation here because there is no in-game map. There is no way of knowing exactly where you are. You will have to look at landmarks and kind of figure out where you are on the maps you have either on your second monitor or on your phone. And this might sound really hard. It kinda is when you are a new player because you're constantly gonna get killed. Like running here where we are right now in a live raid, odds are you're gonna die because there's gonna be people here. There's gonna be people up here doing quests. There's gonna be people. Okay, Scav is shooting at me. There's gonna be people in that building. There's gonna be people in that building. There's gonna be people everywhere. You know, those people are gonna see you before you see them as a new player because they're gonna sit still in a bush and then just gonna shoot you. And you're not gonna have any idea where you died from. That is part of Tarkov. You will get better. You will learn specific routes to take. Oops. No ammo. Yeah, you have to manually reload in Tarkov. You have to manually make sure that you have ammo in your magazines. What the fuck? I thought I hit him. So for example, like I'm out of ammo now, but I have bullets, so I can put them in there. And yeah, look, 0 in the gun, 0 in the magazines. But yeah, that's also part of Tarkov. So now I know that, yep, I'm gonna have 4 shots. I'm gonna fill this one up as well. Now, you can turn off the bots in the offline raids as well, so you don't have to deal with the scavs spawning and shit, and you can just essentially learn to navigate. But yeah, we are close to our extract, essentially, but we're not gonna, probably not gonna run all the way there. But what I'm showing you is the biggest hurdle for a new player. It's one that it's really hard to survive even if you know the maps, okay? It's even harder to survive when you don't know the maps. That's gonna put a lot of players off. You know, people are gonna die constantly, not feel like they make any form of progress. And I think that's sad. There's a lot of good new player videos on Tarkov. For example, Pestily, the biggest streamer of this game, he has a shit ton of good new player resources. And Tarkov is the type of game that you're gonna have to do some metagaming. You're gonna have to watch some guides. You're gonna have to watch some map walkthroughs. You're gonna have to do a lot of stuff outside of the game to get better in the game. And that's just part of what Tarkov is. And either you hate it or you love it. There's kind of no in between. You either love Tarkov or you hate Tarkov. There's like nothing. So for example, okay, we're at the Rig Red building. Let's pull that up on the map. Okay, big. Okay, you can see that this is okay. You can see that it's a big red building here, but I know exactly that it's here. We are in front here. So we now know that. Okay, there's our extract. We have to go there. Whoops. Yeah, that scav just blacked up my arm and I'm bleeding. That's actually a good thing. I can show you that as well. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually not as bad as this makes me seem, guys. I'm sorry. But this is a heavy bleed. Has to be treated with a Caloc B. Now, this is a good showing. Now, my character is gonna cough and he's not happy with his life right now. But yeah, so you gotta heal up. I didn't take this run seriously enough for the scavs apparently. Okay, we're gonna make him shut up. Hopefully. There we go. Let's just heal the thorax. Maybe stop him from complaining again. Over there is our extract, crossroads. We did walk through the entire map, but my point is that what I just showed you might not be how you experience it because I know where I am and I can navigate the map. But you can also learn. I wouldn't recommend playing this map to learn. It's the easiest map to learn, mind you, but it's the hardest map to survive. Not the hardest map to survive, but it's a hard map to survive. Because I'm gonna pull up the map here again. So, for example, players are gonna spawn on this side of the map or on this side of the map. Now, and this map only has a few areas to cross. Over here, and over here, and over there. This one is added fairly recently, I believe. But that means that there are 3 choke points on this map. Just from your spawn perspective. Because someone spawning over here somewhere might just decide to push over here to contest the people crossing. Someone spawning over here might do the same to these 2 crossings. And it's just instantly PvP. And this map is kinda hard to survive as well because once you cross, let's say you spawn big red side. Now I usually get a spawn like over here. I don't know why, but I almost 80% of the time spawn here. I will usually just go and loot this, maybe loot this, and just chill, then I will cross the map. But once you cross the map here, let's say, you're gonna have players who are in this area, questing in the scav base, looting in the boiler, doing quests here, proper watch over here. You're gonna have people looting here, you're gonna have people looting here, and most of the PvP players are gonna be here fighting. These players will have to extract sometime in the raid. And they, if they are here, will have to go to crossroads, meaning that if you happen to go here while they go here, you're probably dead. They might want to PvP some more, so they might cross the road, go up here, and fight the people in this area. Meaning if you just want to make it from over here all the way to over here, then you are bound to run into people. Now, it's not that hard. Usually, if I spawn on this side, I will go down here, I will cross here, we'll go all the way over here, hug this wall, run all the way here, 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 blah blah blah, up here. I will essentially follow the corner of the map. That usually means I survive. Why? Because the only dangerous spot in that route is here, from over here to over here. Why? Because people will look outside of these windows, they will hear you, and they will kill you. But if you make it past dorms, you're clear. If you need to quest on the opposite side of the map, that's a bit harder, you would have to cross here, or main bridge, you can even cross here. Doesn't really matter. But you wanna be essentially in this area. Go up here, cross here, and do the other border of the map. The dangerous area here is this entire area around scav base. Because people will be in scav base, they will be looking out, they will see you, and they might fight you. But then you can go here to new gas, and then you can go up these train tracks, but you can't get over this wall here. Over here, you have to go down and around. So I usually go here around this way, through this fence, then I go up again. Follow the train tracks and exit here. it is survivable. It's not easy, but yeah. For new players, Ground Zero is gonna be a fairly good map to learn. It's a fairly small map. There's a lot of PvP, but you gotta get used to PvP anyway. But yeah, this video has gone really long at this point, and I've just been rambling and rambling. But my point is that what's gonna make players bounce off is gonna be not having a map in the game. But I just show you a way to handle that, and I hope you give Tarkov a shot. Buy it on Steam, play it for less than 2 hours, refund it if you don't like it. But in 2 hours, you're not gonna experience Tarkov. You're not. But Ground Zero is good because that's level 0 to 21 is one matchmaking queue, and then anybody over level 21. Meaning you're gonna meet more new players on Ground Zero than any other map. But to begin with, you're gonna have to follow the quest steps to unlock the maps. But yeah, if you decide to pick up Tarkov, then enjoy your journey. Just take it easy. Know that it's a hard game. I have 324 hours, a survival rate of 45%. That's not good, but that's not bad either. I'm enjoying my game. I die more than I live. And that's fine, honestly. That's fine. But yeah, if you found this video in any way helpful, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.